We got 1, we got 2, we got 3. There's no 4. 4 can be either here or here, so forget about that. We got no 5. 5 can also be either one of these, so forget about that. We move on to the second line. 1 cannot be either one of these, neither can it be here or here. It cannot be here, it cannot be here, so 1 is over here. 2 is there. 3 cannot be here. It can either be here or here already, so forget about that. 4 cannot be either one of these two. It cannot be here, but it could be either here, here, or here. 5 cannot be either one of these two. It cannot be here. It can either be here or here, so forget about that. 6 can be here. It cannot be here. It cannot be either one of these two. It can also be here or here. 7 cannot be either one of these two or one of these two or here, so this is where 7 is. 8 cannot be here. It can be here, here, or here, all the other ones, so forget about that. Moving here, we got 1. 2 cannot be here. It can either be here, here, or here, so forget about that. 3 cannot be here. It can either be here or here, so forget about that. We got 4, 5. 6 cannot be here. It can either be here or here already, so forget about that. 7 is there. 8 is not there. It cannot be either one of these three, so this is where 8 is. Moving forward, we cannot have 1 here. We cannot have it here, but we can have it here, here, and here, so we're going to move on. 2 is not there either, but 2 can already be in either one of these two, so forget about that. 3 is there. 4 is there. 5 can be here. It can also be here, so we're going to move on from there. 6 cannot be in either one of these two. It cannot be here. It can be either up here, down here, or here, so forget about that. 7 can be here. It can't be any one of these, and it can also be here, so we're going to move on from 7. 8 cannot be in, it can't be here, but it could be here, and that's already bad. 9, let's move on here. 1 cannot be here. It cannot be here. It cannot be here, so here's where 1 is. 2 cannot be here. 2 can either be here or here, so we're going to leave that. 3 is already there. 4 cannot be here. 4 can either be here or here. 5 is already there. 6 is nowhere. 6 cannot be here. It also cannot be here, so this is where 6 is. 7 is there. 8 is there. 9 is there. Let's move on. We got 1, 2, 3. 4 can be here. It can also be here, so we're already going to move on. 5 cannot be here. It can either be here or here already, so we're going to move on. 6 is there. 7 cannot be here. 7 can be here. It can't be here, and it can be either one of these, so we're going to move on. 8 can be here. It can also be here, so we're already going to move on. 9 cannot be either one of these two. It cannot be either one of these two either, so 9 is here. Here we got 1. 2 can be here. It can't be anywhere here. It can also be these two, so we're going to move on from that. 3 cannot be here. 3 cannot be here, but it could be here, here, and here. Oh, sorry, not there, here, so forget about that. 4 is already there. 5 can be here. It can't be any of these three, and it can't be the last one, but it can be here and here, so we're going to move on. 6 can be here. It can also be here, so already there's no point. 7 cannot be here. It cannot be here. It cannot be here. It cannot be here, but it could be either 1, 2, or 3, so we're going to move on. 8 can be here. It can't be here, but it could be anywhere else, so we're going to move on. 9 cannot be here. It cannot be here or here, but it could be here. It can't be here, 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 so 9 is here. That's where 9 is. Now we're moving on. Here we got 1. 2 can be here. It can also be here, so let's move. 3 cannot be here. It cannot be here. It can either be here or here already, so we're going to move on. 4 cannot be any of these. It can be either here or here, so we're going to move on. 5 is already there. 6 can be here. It can also be here, so we're going to move on. 7 can't be any of them. Neither can it be here, but it could be here or here, so we're going to move on from that. 8 can be here, and it can also be here, so we're already going to move on. 9 cannot be here. It can be here. It cannot be here. It can't be any of these or these, so that's where 9 is, right here. I think no, not yet. Okay. Let's move on. Here we cannot have 1 in either one of these. It cannot be here. Neither can be any of here, so it's here. That's where 1 is. 2 is here. 3 can be here. It can also be here, so that's already a problem. 4 can be in either one of these. It cannot be here, but it can either be here or here, so we're going to move on. 5 cannot be here. It can be here. It can't be here, and it can be either one of these, so let's move on. 6 cannot be here. It can be here. It cannot be here. It cannot be here, but it can also be here, so let's move on from that. 7 is there. 8 can be here. It can also be here, so we're already moving on. Now let's try this way. Here we got 1. 2 cannot be here. It can be here. It cannot be here. It can be here, so we're going to move on. 3 is already there. 4 can be here. It can't be here, and it can also be here, so forget about that. 5 can be here. It cannot be here or here, but it could also be here. 6 can be here. It can also be here, so already moving on. 7 is there. 8 cannot be either one of these two. 8 can be here. It can also be here, so forget about that. 9 is already there. Second line. 1 cannot be here, but it could be here. It can't be here, so that's where 1 is. 2 is not there, so 2 can be here. It cannot be here, so that's where 2 is. What's missing? 1, 2. I think 3 is the only one missing, so that's where 3 is. Coming down, we have 1. 2 can be here. It cannot be here. It cannot be here. It can also be here or here, so forget about that. 3 cannot be in either one of these two. It cannot be either one of these three. It can't be here, so this is where 4 can be here. It cannot be here. it can be here as well, so we're gonna move on from that. 5 can be here, it can't be either one of these three or this, but it could also be here, so forget that. 6 cannot be here, 6 cannot be any of these three, but it could be either one of these two, so moving on. 7 cannot be here, it cannot be any of these two, it cannot be here, but it could either be here or here, so we're moving on. 8 cannot be here, 8 can either be here or here already, so forget about that. 9 is already there, let's move down. We've got 1, we've got 2, 3 can be here, it cannot be here, it can also be here, so forget about that. 4 can be here, it can also be here, so forget about that already. 5 can be here, it can also be here, so forget it. 6 cannot be here, it can be here. 6 cannot be either one of these two. It can either be here or here, so forget that. 7 is already there, so it's 8 and 9, so we move down. 1, 2, 3 cannot be any of these two. It can either be here or here, so forget about that. 4 cannot be here. It can be here. It cannot be here, but it can be here and here, so forget about that. 5 can be here, it cannot be here, all these ones, so that's where 5 is. 6 is already there, 7 cannot be here, so it's either here or here, that's a problem. 8 cannot be here, but it could be either one of these three. 9, okay. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4 cannot be here, it also cannot be here, so this is automatically where 4 is. 5 is already there, 6 is not, 6 can be here, it can also be here, so forget that. 7 is there, 8 can be here, it can also be here, so forget about that. 9 is there, let's move down. We've got 1, 2 cannot be here, 2 can either be here or here, so we're moving on. 3 is there, 4 cannot be here, 4 cannot be here, 4 can either be here or here, so we're moving on. 5 can be here, it can also be here, so already we're moving on. We got 6, 7, 8 is missing, 8 can be here, it can also be here, so already that's a problem. We got 9, so we moved down by 1. We got 1 here, 2 can either be here, it cannot be here, but it can also be here, so that's a problem. We got 3, 4, now 5 cannot be here, 5 can either be here and here already, so forget about that. 6 can't be either one of these two, it could be any of these three. 7 can be here, and it can also be here, so forget about that already. 8 cannot be either one of these two, but it could be any of these three, so we move down. We got 1, 2, 3 can be here, it cannot be here, but it can also be here, which is the problem. 4 is there, 5 is there, 6 can be here, it can't be here, but it can also be here, which is the problem. 7 cannot be here, 7 can be here or here, which is the problem. 8 is there, 9 is also there. So now let's do interbox. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 can either be, it can't be either one of these two, so this is where 4 is. We're missing 5 and 6. 5 cannot be here, so that's where 6 is, and 5 is going to be down here. Now we got 1, 2 is missing, 2 can be here, it can also be here, so let's not think about that too much. We got 3 up there, 4 cannot be any of these, so this is where 4 is. 5 is already there, 6 is there, 7 can be here, it can also be here, so we're moving on from that. We haven't got 8, 8 cannot be here, but it could be either one of these two, so forget about that. We have 1 here, 2 is missing, 2 cannot be here, but it could be anywhere else. No, yes, it could be anywhere else, so forget about that. We got 3, 4, 5 cannot be either one of these two, so 5 is down here. Sorry, it cannot be here as well, 5 is here. 6 cannot be either one of these two, so 6 is down here. We got 7, 8 can be either one, so forget about it. We got 9. Here we got 1, 2, we're missing 3 and 5. 5 cannot be here, so that's where 3 is, 5 is going to be here. And then let's move here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 cannot be either one of these two, so 4 is here. We got 5, 6 can be either one, so forget about that. We got 7, no 8 cannot be here, so 8 is down here, 9 is there, that means 6 is going to be here. Moving on here, we got 1, 2, 3 cannot be here, it can also not be up here or down here. It could be one of these two, which is the problem, so we're moving on. 4 cannot be either one of these two or this line, so this is where 4 is. 5 is already down here. 6 cannot be anywhere here, so 6 is already over here. 7 cannot be here, but it could be either one of these two. 8 can be also either one of these, so forget about that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing 6. 6 cannot be here, so 6 is down here. 7, and then we're missing 8 is the last one. We put that in. Here we got 1. We're missing 2. 2 cannot be here. 2 cannot also be here, so here's where 2 is. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing 5 and 7. 5 cannot be here, so 7 is here. This is where 5 is going to be. Here we got 1. Missing 2. 2 cannot be either one of these. It cannot be down here either. It cannot be any one of these. It can either be 1 or 2, but we don't know which one. 3 cannot be anywhere here. It cannot be anywhere here too, so this is where 3 is. 4 cannot be either one of these two lines. It can't be here, so this is where 4 is. 5 cannot be here or here, so this is where 5 is. 6 cannot be here or here. It cannot be here too, so this is where 6 is. 7 cannot be up here. 7 is either here or here, which we don't know, so that's bad. 8 is not up here. It's either here or here, which is also bad. 9 is already there, so let's start again. Up we got 1. We're missing 2 and 8. 2 and 8 can be either one, so we're gonna move on. Let's go down here. We're having 1, 2 is missing, 2 cannot be here, 2 cannot be here, so 2 is obviously here. 3 is there, 4 is there, 5 cannot be either one of these two because it's already here. 6 is there, 7 cannot be here, so this is where 7 is. And what else is missing? I think it's just 8, so we put 8 down. Here we got everything correct. Here we've got 1, 2, 3 is missing, 3 cannot be here, it cannot be here, so 3 is over here. We got 4, 5, 6. 7 is also missing, 7 cannot be here, so 7 is automatically here. 8 is missing, so this is where 8 is going to be. Coming down, we got 2 is the only one missing, so we're going to put it here already. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are missing. 7 cannot be here, so that's where 8 is. 7 can also be here, so we move that. Now we've only got these two left. We're missing 2 and 8. 2 cannot be here, so that's where 8 is. 2 is over here, and guys, we have 1. Double.